DBS plays.
That definitely didn't help things. But, yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out just a few days later. Also, the game was $60, which, I mean, people have complained about Nintendo, but, like, you know, with the $60 price tag, trying to be the same price as this new Mario game coming out, and other overpriced Nintendo games. Like, the game... And, like, I think also at that time, whether or not some people admit it, people were just tired of classic Sonic. It was definitely oversaturating the market. Come on now, come on now, come on now! Sonic! There you go! Oh, gosh! Oh, thank goodness. Woo! But anyway, classic Sonic was just oversaturating the market because, again, that's what Sega thought that's all Sonic fans wanted. But the reality was, well, you know the reality. So, like, it was in development. It's like, hey, we're gonna have this sequel to Sonic Mania, but it's gonna be in 3D graphics, and the 3D graphics didn't bother me. The fact that it was classic Sonic didn't bother me. It probably would have bothered me more if it had come out in the 2010s, because, again, my distaste at the time for it, because of, But, yeah. I forgot what you're supposed to do here. I mean, I'm assuming hit it there on the weak point, but, like, where? But anyway. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to wait there, but yeah, like, if it had come out in, like, 2019 or something, be like a 2-year later sequel, I would have been like, oh gosh, of course, another classic Sonic thing. It was another case of Sega just misunderstanding what made Sonic, because, with the addition of Sonic, classic Sonic and Sonic Forces and everything, they kind of missed the point of what made classic Sonic's inclusion in Sonic Generations so special. And also, it wasn't just classic Sonic that made the game so good, it really was the phenomenal level design. It's beat! Although not really. But, but yeah. Sonic, let's see. I can't remember if there's something. Okay, let's see. Well, anyway. But yeah, I can remember whenever, whenever it came out, it was coming out, I was like, okay, maybe there's something, I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, I was giving it a chance. I was like, I didn't mind this time that it was classic Sonic. I didn't mind that, as long as it was good, it's all good, obviously. But, then it comes out, and it's like, at first, it's really fun. The first few levels, fine. It lasted a bit longer than most classic Sonic stages, but, it's whatever. it was one of those games where I was enjoying it first. It was a little too much like Mario, where it was fun at first, but then after I kept playing it, I was like, I kind of want this to be done now. But yeah, it just kept going. Levels lasted a little too long. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, I was supposed to, yeah, that's right, I was supposed to ride on that. Oh well. Oh wow. Hold the phone. What is happening here? Why are you preventing me from going to the ring? Tails, help me. Help me, Tails. Dick tease there. Unless... Come on, Tails, let's go! But, oh yeah, I got this stupid shield on. That's gonna make more... What? Grab something! Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you. But anyway, yeah. You know, it just kept going, and I was waiting for it to be done, and oh boy, that last boss. I think, like, the point of the boss is, like, why they take so long. It's partially because they tried to implement 4-player, which did not work out very well for the game, by the way. People will tell you, people who have actually experienced the 4-player, like you know how it works with the whole 2D, like the what am I trying to say here? You know how in these games, like the classic games, whenever you use a different character, you know, whenever you use like Tails, if you're using Sonic and then someone else using Tails, and they don't really, it's not, it's kind of the, it was kind of designed to be like the let the little brother play type of thing, little sibling play it too. So you give them a controller and let them control Tails, where they're invincible. They can't really do anything wrong unless you're in special stages in Sonic 2. But like, you know, so that way they're kind of doing something. Well, imagine that, but with like 3 other people instead of just 1 other person. And that's, as far as I remember, that's basically how the 4-player was in Sonic Superstars. It was a dumpster fire, I guess. Come on now, thank you. Oh, just got one more emerald to get. One more emerald left to get. But yeah. Notice how the multiplayer worked there. There was a versus mode, but like, you know, it was not all that good. There were just so many things that just were wrong with Sonic Superstars. Now, I could see why it was $60, or why they tried to charge $60, because it did have more stages, technically. More zones. Because, like, you know how most of these have, like, 7 or 8 zones altogether? Well, like, you know, Sonic Superstars had, like, 11 zones. Not all of them had two stages per zone, though. That was a weird thing. But yeah, it was a very okay game. So it's definitely not worth that $60 price tag. But I got really mad after the last boss. was like, no, I'm done with this game. And I sold it and haven't played it since. Well, obviously, because I sold it. I will probably get it again sometime. It has gone down in price. Like, I remember when it went down to 30 bucks, I was like, that should have been the price to begin with, honestly. The special stage is a neat idea, it's just it didn't work out too well. I was just seeing how long Sonic would go backwards like that. But anyway. Yeah. So, as you can imagine, not a big fan of Sonic Superstars. Like a lot of people. Well, a lot of people weren't really interested in it. Again, the market was oversaturated with classic Sonic stuff. So people got tired of classic Sonic. That was one of the things. Another, again, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which in and of itself is just an alright game. I mean, I had fun at first. Again, it was another. I had fun at first, and I just kind of got bored and just wanted to end. But, yeah. This thing, the sniper. It's like, it was cool to see Fang in 3D for the first time since, in a more modern 3D game. I mean, not modern Sonic, obviously, but like, in a more modern game. Because obviously the only other time you see him in 3D was, the only other time you see him in 3D was, Sonic the Fighters. But this is the first time you see Bean and Bark in, 2D, even though it's not actually them, you know, it's supposed to be like them. But, yeah, I had also heard that, like, I also knew, like, okay, so there was, like, a supersonic fight against, like, a purple dragon. I never got that far because I never beat the second campaign, or the second, you know, well, yeah, second campaign with, what's her name, the dragon chick. And, Trip, I think. Yeah, I may have played a little bit of that, but I didn't play that much of it. And so I never got to the battle, but I hear it's really awful, which doesn't surprise me. But there were so many things working against Sonic Superstars. Some people feel like it was quite rushed, like even more than some other Sonic games. Yeah. Yeah, I think like 30 or 40 bucks is what the game should have been when it came out. It's like, there is technically more content in that game, technically more in that game than there is in this game. If you want to get technical. But that content still has to be good. It's like whenever I talk about it's like whenever I've talked about the non-PS1 versions of Rayman 2. It's like, yeah, there's technically more levels, there's more content, more sections of levels. But if that stuff isn't all that fun, then there's really not a point. And of course, you know, that was a time whenever some people were saying like, oh, he's a PlayStation fanboy, and that's the only reason he likes the PS1 version more. And all that stuff. But even though that's not the case, I mean, yes, that was the first version I played. Yes, I did grow up. My PlayStation was my first thing, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the reason. But anyway, let's see here. Let's see. Now, see, that last Emerald challenge is also a little hard, but that one's like, it should be the hardest one because it's the last challenge. That one emerald, or the fifth emerald, should not have been as hard as it was, but it was. Like, I think whenever I played through like all the emerald challenges, I think that was even after playing through the last one, the fifth one was still the hardest. But anyway. But yeah, I was playing, let's see, Superstars. It was major it was a disappointment that there was still, like, a meh Sonic game, but in a way I was like, I was sort of glad this was happening in a cynical way. I was glad that to see, alright, this classic Sonic stuff is failing, where the modern stuff is succeeding right now. Because... Wait, oh, okay. Anyway. I was like, you know, again, in a cynical way, I was like, alright, classic Sonic is failing, and modern Sonic is succeeding. Because around that time, that's also, like, in 2022, we actually got Sonic Origins before we got, Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Front Tires Tails. Thank you. Anyway. What's on up here? Oh no, just the rings to tease us. But anyway. But yeah, because like where classic Sonic was like oversaturated in the 2010s, modern Sonic was doing well. Let's see here. Yeah. Up here. Alright. I don't know what's up here, but I want to go up here. I want to see what's up here. I don't remember for sure. Oh, life. Well, you know, wasn't a waste of time. Not a complete waste, anyway. But, yeah, whenever Sonic Origins came out, that one was a failure because, you know, again, it was a case of they were trying to remove other ways to play the other versions because they only wanted you to play, you know, the Sonic Origins. You know, they only wanted you to play Sonic Origins. Well, it's like, well, if you're going to replace this stuff, you might need to get it to work well, and they didn't. There were many problems that were never present in the other versions before. Owie! Yeah, there were many problems. And then, you had, what do you call it, oh yeah. Well, then Frontiers came out, and it pleased a lot of people. Not everyone, but it pleased a lot of people. And say it with me now, everyone was saying, which was true, it was a step in the right direction. which was true. Some people were trying to say, no, this is awful. But, no, it was a step in the right direction. Even if it wasn't the best game, the fact that it was actually a pretty good game, it was mind-blowing for Sega, for, like, Sonic Team at the time. And then, the next year, Sonic, Sonic, I'm trying to think up here. Like, I hate this stage here because of the reason, like, where it's like, oh, if you don't press these buttons, there's a very similar type of thing in Sonic Superstars where it feels worse, honestly. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, No, this is fine. This is good. This is all perfectly fine. This is fun, actually. Ah! Maybe it wasn't a good idea to have this thing do that. Oh! There we go, okay. I was trying to help up with Tails.